Hey guys, welcome back to the Detour podcast. I'm your host, Dan Jones, as always, joined by four-time national road champion from Australia, John Trevorrow, and movie star writer Sarah Gigante. Straight in. We normally introduce our guests and do a bit of pre-talk, but you're a regular now to the Detour, and you're a more polished version of Phil Liggett. All credit to the voice of cycling. But great to have you on, Sarah, and you're back racing, which is bringing a lot of delight to everyone that is obviously a big supporter of yours.
And especially me. I cannot wait. I'm so excited for Sunday. I don't think I've ever been this excited for a race in my life. And that says a lot because I'm often very excited for racing. So, yeah, I just can't believe I finally get to race again. It's been such a delight the whole past month, just getting to ride my bike again like normal. And, yeah, to top it off with my first race. No, my last. Definitely not my last race.
It's excitement.
Well, we're all excited. I'm very excited that I'm going to be down there on Sunday. So I'm the race director of the Tour of Gippsland for Karen Jones, who's managed to get it back on the calendar. She's done a fantastic job, actually, Karen. So chapeau to her. She's also the Women's Warrnambool. And we're going to get her on next week. We're going to do a preview of the Women's Warrnambool, of the Melbourne Warrnambool and the Women's Warnie, which I know you're riding, Sarah.
Super excited.
Jones, I'm super excited.
Well, Sarah was excited. Wait till Karen gets on.
Well, I've been having to. If you wanted to come on tonight, I said no. We're going to save you for next week. I think I stirred her up with something, but anyway, that's all good. But before we talk about the Tour of Gippsland and how great it is to have you there, can we just go back to that time? So you started last year terribly with three broken bones, a broken leg.
Hang on.
I started last year very well, thanks, John.
Oh yeah, you did. But let's go back
on you, Sarah. About time he got made accountable for these verbal diarrhea.
Not talking about your form. We know how brilliant your form was. But with that terrible crash, and you came back from that. Most people thought you wouldn't be able to recover from those a serious injury, especially the broken leg, to ride the Olympics. But you did that. But I'm sure at that stage you didn't know about the other conditions. So just tell us how that all worked with your ride in the Olympics, because I think you finished 11th in the time trial, which is a pretty good effort anyway. But when did you start to realise there was something else wrong?
It's hard to say in hindsight. I know as soon as I got to Spain, which wasn't long because we had to leave Tokyo straight after, I knew as soon as I got there, I felt pretty bad. Like, I felt really bad, actually. And it was the first time that weekend was the first time I skipped my efforts in like 2 years, I think. Like, I was just like to my coach, Dylan Lindsay, I was like, I just can't. Like, I was like, oh, maybe some jet lag, or like I'd read about people getting like a bit less motivated after the Olympics. And I was like, this is so weird because I feel so motivated. Like, I was so excited for Norway and Ardèche. I just like was really ready to like keep racing, and I'd finally come back from those injuries, like you said, and I felt like I trained really hard, and I was getting even maybe not like my very best form, but I was like definitely like going pretty well, I felt. So I was just excited to get into the next block, and I was like, I don't know what's happening, Dylan. Like, I just cannot, like, the thought of doing the efforts. I remember I was sitting outside my new apartment. Kristen Faulkner, my new roommate, like came home from her ride, and I was just like sitting there, like ready to go for my ride. And I'd been sitting there for like an hour trying to get myself to go. So I just felt like pretty bad for a few days. And then I realized that something was wrong. And after that, I didn't ride for ages. And yeah, I mean, lots of highs and lows in between then and now. But now I feel amazing. Like, it's crazy. I'm so happy. I just kind of felt better one day. And yeah.
Well, what was key parts of the recovery process? What was it? Just rest, or was there specific things that you had to do?
Rest, lots of rest. I think we said it last time, but I had to keep my heart rate under 100 beats per minute for so many months, which was quite hard. Like, even I lived in Girona on like the 5th floor, and like walking up the steps, I'd be like following Kristen up, and then like 3 stories up, I'd be like, oh wait, gotta slow down, have a break. So I felt all right after a while, but it was just a matter of like remembering to listen to the restrictions, which I did very well, I have to say. Like normally with like doctors being like, oh, okay, you've broken this, like don't ride outside for X number of weeks. I really struggle sometimes. Like I try to listen, but like sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, like 12 weeks, 10 weeks, same thing. But no, with the heart, I wasn't like, oh, 100 beats per minute. Oh, that's like 110. Like, no, I was like, whoa, like 99, got to stop on this stair. So yeah, I was very strict. Because hearts are super important, obviously. Everything's important, but I'd say hearts pretty important. Is up there. So yeah, lots of rest, taking it easy. I started to ride indoors, and then thanks to 99 Bikes Q, I was able to start riding outside on an e-bike once I got back to Melbourne, which was nice. It felt just so good to feel the wind in my face again, even though it didn't feel quite the same. I was able to ride with Mum a lot at least, which was nice. And yeah, I rode out to my club, Brunswick. I rode out to the start of my bunch ride. I didn't do the bunch ride, but I rode out to the start. I was like, hey, everyone. And then, yeah, I guess maybe about Christmas time. It was a nice Christmas present. About then, I started to ride a bit more. And then I went to team camp, which was so amazing. I was so, so happy to be on Movistar. And yeah, it was really just about then that I started feeling fantastic, just like overnight. So it was just like 2022 can't get much better, right? Just like and feel amazing, and now I'm racing again almost. So yeah, it's going to be so cool.
So myopericarditis, it's inflammation of the heart. How do you get that? I mean, is it something? It's not a common thing. So how did you work out how you got it?
No, I don't know, and it's too late. I won't know. Like we did tons of tests. Don't know what happened, but as long as it doesn't happen again, which they say I'm like no more likely to get it than you. It's just I got unlucky, very unlucky, very, very unlucky, and I'm better now, and don't ever want to go through that again. But at least now I love my life more than ever.
You did a great. Sorry, I was going to say you did a great quote. So you don't want to get it. You said, I think it was on Cycling Tips or one of those. You said about last year. All I can say is that broken bones are a walk in the park. I broke 3 bones, including one on my leg, early in 2021. But that was a bump in the road compared to what happened later. I'm totally fine now, though. I love that. Just a bump in the road.
But what I was going to say is the last time we had you on, that the overriding test, we know you're a positive person, but that just shone through how you deal with adversity, like your mindset. Like that is the mindset of a champion. But surely there was moments when it must have been so hard when you're told you can't do what you're passionate about, which is ride your bike.
Yeah, I think the uncertainty was definitely the worst. Like it wasn't as much as, okay, you can't do this for this long and then you'll be able to do this. Like with a broken bone, I think why I said that is, like you have a broken leg and the doctors are pretty much able to say, okay, you break your leg because you flipped at quite a fast speed and smashed your leg into the ground. And this is what it looks like on the x-ray, and this is how long it's going to take roughly, and then this is like the steps, and then you'll definitely be able to do like this by this date, stuff like that. But when it comes to your heart and a condition like this, it's a bit more hard to say, hard to predict, and also like not knowing why I had it was all a bit stressful. So I'm glad that it's done, and yeah, I'm definitely like more appreciative of being healthy, and like I love cycling. I think everyone knows that I always love cycling, but I did take it for granted, the fact that I'm able to like do that like every day, just push my body to the limit and like train, like I think you take it for granted, just being able to ride your bike and feel pretty good. Like maybe not like racing, but you can like go out there and just do what you want and you don't have to worry. So I think that's something I will not do again. And now it's just crazy. Like you could write in my training program, go do like 12 hours in the snow. I mean, there's not snow here, but there was snow in Spain. You could tell me go do 12 hours with like a billion efforts, and I don't know, don't take any water or whatever you want to write. That's really
Yeah.
bad. But like I would be like, yes, like I cannot wait. So I think that's how I say every day. I'm just like, woo, get to go training. This is the best. And now I'm like, yeah, get to go racing. This is even better than the best.
Now we've got one of the world's best cycling interviewers that's just been sitting in the lobby like a greyhound scratching at the box. He's been listening with intent for your shows. Of course, the voice of cycling, Phil Liggett. He's back on the detour. Phil, what an inspiring story for such a young person.
I tell you, you called me an interview. I was sat there, Sarah, just listening to you, and you were inspiring me to start cycling again. I don't know. You are ready for it, and I think it just reflects you have the champion temperament which you need to be a great success, not just on the bike, but as a person. And you've conquered adversity at such a young age. You've conquered it, and you're so inspiring to get out there and do it again now. I mean, you're going to have a great season. That's for sure.
Thanks so much.
Now, the
Thank
switchboard is lit up. We've got Buster Thomas. He says, great to hear you back on the road, Sarah. Jethro Nagel wants to know, please ask Sarah what her favourite bit of movie star kit is so far.
Oh, I know the answer because I've never had one before. And when I pulled it out, I was like, well, I pulled out all my kit like a little kid at Christmas. I was like, oh my gosh. Our sponsor is La Passion, and it's so nice. I hadn't heard of it, but now I'm like in love. I'm telling everyone. So my favorite part is this jersey. It's like a rain jersey, you know, like I don't really wear rain jackets because I find like they're a bit baggy. I'm always like, trying to go fast, get the Strava segments. So don't really like the bagginess or like you like in your like lower arms. I don't know. I have something against that. But this rain jersey, I've never seen such an awesome invention. Like it's short sleeve and like made of this really good material that doesn't make you all sweaty. It's just like almost a normal jersey, but like great for the rain. So I used it heaps when I was in Spain. Thankfully, I haven't used it here because the weather's been amazing. That's also something I don't take quite as much for granted now because I've never been in Europe in winter, and I don't know how the Euros do it. Like,
Neither do I.
Well, not only your inspiration, you're a bloody marketer's dream. Sponsors will be loving the passion coming through here. Jana says, hi, Sarah, and afternoon to all. A LinkedIn user, that narrows it down. It says, how's your Spanish, and how does the team communicate during races?
Well, because I was off the bike for so long last year, then I had quite a lot of time. Like I was doing uni, but still cycling normally takes up so much time. So I was like, what do I do with all this time? And I was like, well, I can't improve my cycling for next year by training. I have to listen to the doctors, but I can improve it by like learning Spanish because that will help me in the team.
Smart.
So I
Very
did
smart.
try, and I had a really nice friend that I made in Melbourne who's been helping me. And yeah, I was writing letters to myself, like just long letters, like "Dear Sarah, how are you?" Like, "Oh, hi Sarah, my day's been great, thanks Sarah." Like, yeah, I was like really into it. I mean, I think I've dropped a bit now that I'm starting to train more. Well, I am training more, but yeah, I tried my best last year. I really enjoyed it, and I'm still enjoying it. When I was at the camp, I was having so much fun. Everyone was my teacher. I was like, please tell me every time I make a mistake, which is all the time. Just correct me. Like I want to learn as much as I can. And in the races, right now, I think they do Spanish and English. But before, we have a girl from France, Aude, and before she learnt English, actually, I don't know how it works because she also knows Spanish. So maybe when she just joined the team and she only knew French, someone was telling me that they used to have the radio in French, Spanish, and English all at once. So I'm glad that she's fluent in Spanish and English, which is awesome. So I'm glad it's just 2 languages now. And I'm also glad that English is one of those because even though I try, I'm definitely not up to race radio level.
Turn it up. Let's not beat around the bush here. You are a super intellectual person. I think you got a perfect underscore. You'll be fluent in about 2 bloody weeks. Let's be honest about that.
Well, I'm here
2 months. We'll give it 2 months. We've got another question from Buster Thomas. He says, Sarah, it seems Movie Star must be very supportive of your situation. I think he's asking, what do they expect of you in Europe?
When do they expect
you in Europe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they've been amazing. Ever since last year when we found out that I was sick, and yeah, quite a bad sickness to have. They've been so supportive, like no sense of rushing me at all, and yeah, even like ignoring the sickness. They don't want to rush me in. I'm still young, and I can just like feel it. Like they're really in for like the long term, and I love it. The whole team's amazing. So I think I'll be here for maybe another month or so, and then jet off to Europe. So not too long until I'm back in the UCI peloton, and I'm so excited. Like I'm excited for this weekend. I think that's number one, definitely, because I haven't raced in so long, and it's like in 3 days. Wow, I've been counting down for so long. But yeah, to join my teammates and race alongside them, yeah, that's going to be so incredible. Such an experience.
Well, Karen Jones has put the pressure on. She says once she's
Wow.
won the Tour of Gippsland and the women's Warnie.
I'm trying to slip under the radar here. I'm very unfit. I haven't touched my bike in so long. Like everyone needs to not worry about me.
That's it. Iffy?
Yeah, I can imagine that'll be the case. They won't be worrying about you at all. Now, look, it's going to be a fantastic event, Tour of Gippsland. It's all down in that region of Phillip Island, Inverloch, down in that part of Gippsland. So the first stage is out at Woolamai, which is where there's a race course out there. It's not far from San Remo, in between there and the beautiful town of Kilcunda. It's sort of tucked in the back there. It's not a circuit, nice circuit event.
John, I'm going to have to cut you off. You've made a very, very big mistake. It's the Mitchelton Tour of Gippsland.
Oh, so
you flicked Jerry Ryan. He could pull the plug on this bloody show at any moment.
Yeah.
I thought you had a glass in front of you.
Mitchelton Tour of
Saved
Gippsland.
you there. Jeez.
Yeah. Okay.
I bet Karen Jones noted it too, Dan.
Yes. I wonder if we haven't got a red flag already from Karen. So then the second day is out of Inverloch, and it's a wonderful circuit up into those hills at the back of Inverloch. We've raced it before in a Sun Tour and a Tour of Gippsland. So that'll be right up your alley. And then the final one is tourofgippsland.com.au. Yeah, you can get all the information there. Final stage
Mitchelton Tour of Gippsland.
Mitchelton Tour of Gippsland, yes.
The website.
Website's Tour of Gippsland. And the final stage in Rill, little town on Phillip Island. We've got to quit there to finish it all off on Tuesday. So it's going to be great. And it's a good field too. We've got some really good bike riders in there. I printed it out, but I didn't. I can't find it, but I've got it here on my little phone. And I'm just looking through it. It's all the best NRS teams. I think there's around about 40 in the ladies event, which is fantastic. And all the Australian top teams coming from all around Australia for it. And a handful of individuals. And you being one of those, Sarah.
Yes, so thanks very much, Karen, for letting me race. I'm so excited, and I'm very glad Movistar also let me race. So thanks, Movistar. I'm just so excited, so happy.
So you're obviously happy that you're racing, but is there still your competitive animal as well? Are you setting any expectations, or just being back on the bike is enough?
Oh, I think I'm just going to be really happy to be back in the peloton, doing what I love. I mean, I'll try my best. I have no idea, honestly. Like, I don't even know how my form is. I've been doing a lot of endurance, just trying to build back a base. So I haven't really done that many efforts. So I don't know how I'm going. And it's hard to know. I'm sure everyone's flying from nationals, but I also haven't raced them in like a whole year. So yeah, it's going to be. I'll see. I'll tell you after like 2 laps.
All right.
I'm going well. You'll be able to watch it.
I'm in the race director's car right in front, so I'll drop back and ask you on the second lap, okay?
You're not allowed to do that, John. You're not under the rules of the international cycling. Sarah, will you be conscious of your heart? Will you be listening to it? Do you wear a monitor, or just get stuck in?
I mean, I felt fine for so many months. Of course, if I feel anything, like anyone, I feel like if anyone felt like just pain in the race, I hope they would stop. So I think I'm just like a normal person like that. Like,
right.
If I felt like I was having a heart attack, I would definitely stop. But I'm sure that won't happen. Yeah.
And I was just going to say, there happens to be a men's race on as well. And
is there? How the world has changed.
And it's a great field. We've got around about 80 odd starters in the men's. That's all the top teams, Bridge Lane and ARA, Oliver's Racing, you know, Inform, TMX. Some bloke named Bretton Jones reckons they're going to give it a bit of a nudge, and he probably will. But yeah, a great field. So I'm looking for, and we've got under 19s as well. So yeah, going to be some great racing.
Well, we wish you all the best, Sarah, and we really appreciate you coming on the detour. And I think we might have asked you this last time, but we're a bit further down the track. As we said, you're such a positive person. What can you leave the viewers and the listeners with about, staying focused and getting through those tough moments?
I think what I like to always think to myself is, it's just one day this will just be a bad memory. So whenever it's tough, I just like to think about that. Like one day it will be over and you'll just think back to that bad time, or you'll try and forget it, either way. But it will be over. There'll be better days. And yeah that's how I feel now. I'm just way better days.
Perfect.
And I have to say, thank you so much for having me back on. But I'm a tiny bit disappointed because I listen to this podcast every time it comes out on the Ergo. I love listening to this podcast. And now I can't listen to it because I don't like listening to my own podcast. So
we'll send it to you. We'll send it to you. We'll make you listen to it again. Yeah.
We have.
I think you did a good job.
Yeah, we have that in common, Sarah. I never play back the podcast either.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one last question for you. If you finish your, I know you're doing a double degree in linguistics and geography, I think that was. Is that finished now, or have you still got a year to go?
Yeah, I'm still going. I dropped down to part-time last year, and I'll stay at part-time. So taking me a little bit longer, but I'm not in a rush. I enjoy it, and I like having the balance, and it'll be good.
All right. Well, we wish you all the best on and off the bike, Sarah. We'll be cheering for you at the Tour of Gippsland and the Warnie, and we'll check in again soon.
Yes, thank you so much.
Lovely.
No worries, Sarah. Thanks for joining us.
See you. Bye.
Now it's time for the drinks break. Iffy, how do you want to play this? Because we have the voice of cycling. Do you want me just to play the Bike Exchange little stinger, and then we can work out how we're going to do the cycling?
Do that. And
you came on to me. You came on to me. It was about 10 o'clock my time last night.
Yeah, we threw you under the bus.
I've been up just an hour now. I've had one look at this sting, and I'm ready.
Fantastic.
Right, well, we'll play the Bike Exchange when we come back. Phil is going to narrate this thing live. It's going to be.
Will you give me a cue? Will I know when to do it?
Yeah, we'll give you a cue. We'll get it sorted. All right, quick drinks break. We'll be back soon.
Look at this bike. You think it's just a bike, right? But it's not. It's a bike 374 people are looking at. This guy, this girl, them, all looking at it. People from here, there, and wherever this is. People that are looking for a bike. Or just a piece of it. Amateurs, semi-amateurs, and pro-amateurs. This guy wants this bike, but with this crank and these bars. This could be the perfect match. But not this one. This girl has a bike to sell, and thousands of people might purchase it. Eyes on Bikes help grow small businesses. His, hers, yours, and the latest data and insights help those businesses keep moving. We are the world's #1 bike marketplace, with over 500,000 products and 900 brands, where buyers and sellers are brought together in a place where a bike is never just a bike. Bike Exchange, where the world buys, sells, learns, and rides.
Thanks again to Bike Exchange. Now, just queue up the video. Bear with me. We've got the Mamu short. Are you ready to go, Phil? Because it'll start whenever you're ready, and then I'll dim down the music and let's just watch the man.
I can leave the music in if you like.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Mix it at the same time. Show us what a great show you got, and I'll find it.
There you go. You got to talk, Phil?
Will you now listen? Start again.
Sorry, mate.
I know exactly what to do. I'm just waiting for you to stop talking and play the tape.
Okay. I'll stop talking and I'll play the tape.
And don't worry. Words will come.
Sorry. I'm a micromanager. You know that, Phil.
Roll it.
Oh, hang on. I've stuffed the music up. Jeez, this is just... here we go.
It's back, and it's time to return to the Tour de France. After COVID, Tour Fever returns in style with John Trevorrow's Mummery Tours. You'll ride and you will drink your way to Paris, and you will go backstage among the participants and the people of the greatest race on earth.
Perfect.
Hey, that wasn't bad for time. That
Wasn't bad.
Came out 30 seconds. There you
Wasn't
go.
bad. And Iffy, you've got an update as well for the Giro. There's a package
God, I'm
out.
not doing
Yes,
another one now.
okay.
No, you don't have,
No.
You can have your time off, mate.
Well, this is just a one-pager that Marcel Berger sent me through today, and it's more about so the Giro experience. So 9 days, 8 nights, from the 4th of May till the 12th of May, and it's going to be sensational. I'm not sure who the ex-pro is going to be yet, but I'll be there, and my mate Vazzy will be there, along with the full Moo team, and they do it so well. So experience the best of the Giro in 2022. Daily rides on the race route through Hungary and over iconic Italian climbs. Watch the action live from the incredible viewing locations. 8 nights, twin room accommodation. Exclusive opportunity to meet a pro team, expert mechanical service and support daily. They treat you like a pro. They look after you really well. Immerse yourself in the best of Italy's divine food, wine, and Prosecco. I thought Prosecco was wine, but anyway. And then there's a daily itinerary there all the way through. I don't need to go through that, but it's $9,000 a person for a trip of a lifetime. It's sensational. So just jump onto moomoocycling.com and look it up, and love to see you there.
As I said, the food over in the Giro is just next level. Doesn't matter where you are, it's next level. Now, if you've actually done some work for this show, which is fantastic, you've got a couple of talking points, breaking news around the world of cycling. What do you got for us?
Well, we've got a couple of races start today. I think the Tour of Oman is actually just, they would have fired the gun about half an hour ago, I think. And we see Cav back in it's his first race back because he hurt himself in the 6 days. He crashed and broke a collarbone or something, or wrist, I think, in 6 days. Him versus Gaviria and young Caden Groves. We'll see how he's going to go. I believe he's ready to step up, and I think we'll see him win some quite big events this year because he's a super sprinter. It's just taken him a while to find his groove, so he's in there. And then, of course, also starting today is a Tour de la Provence, which is a fantastic race. So Carapaz, Alaphilippe, and Quintana all in their belt in the way. So I'm looking forward to those races. But one of the things that popped up overnight, we've seen a few robberies from team vans and this sort of thing, but it's taken to the next level now. We had a truck driver with that was a truck after, with a huge shipment of Shimano going to Czech Republic, and evidently 10 million euro of Shimano equipment was stolen from the back of the truck. So they followed him away from the factory till he got to his had to have a rest break, and then they gassed, while he's having a snooze, they gassed the cabin, knocked him out. Well, he was unconscious, of course, because they gassed it, and then pinched all the stuff. And by the time he woke up, they were probably in another country. So I reckon it's like a year's supplies. They're one of the biggest bike builders in all of Europe. This Czech company, they build over 1.5 million bikes they expected to build over the next 12 months. And that's going to be a bit tough to do with no parts to put on it. So it's hard enough anyway at this current time. But that's a terrible story. Terrible story.
We're seeing a lot of this, Phil, like bike thefts. You know, it's happening all the time at races and that. Is it something that, I mean, what do you do to prevent this sort of stuff?
Well, in all honesty, it's not just bike bits now. It's the way the world is going. I mean, inflation is surging. in the region where I live, within 10 kilometers where I live, burglaries have doubled of private houses in the last 6 months. Doubled. People are dumping stuff on the roads, on the streets.
Are you having trouble getting rid of it though, Phil?
No, it's going well. It's unbelievable. I mean, the world
Some
is changing.
area around where Phil lives, it's the only place it's happening in London, in England. But anyway,
Used to be very honest where I was until I moved in. It's changed since then. No, life is changing in many, many ways. But we all know with the teams how careful they are. They know that they're a hit target. And they back the vans so close together against walls, brick walls, so you can't get in through the doors, etc. When you're on the events. Some have got security guards now, which stay with the vehicles through the night. Just where will it end? We're becoming quite a tyrannical world, I think, in many, many ways.
I
but just talking. Go on.
The Green Edge service course got robbed a couple of times, and at one point they came in through the roof.
That's
like
right.
Mission Impossible style. So,
right.
They'll stop at nothing. They're getting crafty. Like,
well, they did that with one of the team trucks. They backed up against another truck. So they're two trucks together, and they just like a can opener. They just opened the roof and took everything out through the roof.
Yeah. Well, another example of what's going on. My neighbour, who has a small BMW car, parked at the railway station about 10k away. When he came back from the office to the station to pick up his car, the catalytic converter had been grinded off. It was gone. Turned the engine on. It sounded like he was driving a rocket ship. He looked underneath and there's no converter there. So he calls the police. First of all, the camera is flooded. The car park is flooded with cameras. The station didn't want to know because the car park's operated by somebody else. So they're not even checking the cameras. They call the police. The police say, well, don't drive the car, whatever you do. He said, well, I need to get home. I'll do it at 30k an hour. And then he said, the police told him, a big white van will have arrived. Men will have gone out with grinders in broad daylight, middle of the day. Nobody sees this going on. The police says it takes approximately 60 seconds to grind through the pipes and to remove the catalytic converter. The problem is they may have written the car off at the same time because the grinder could have gone into the base of the engine or the chassis and damaged both because they don't care. I mean, it's unbelievable what's going on at the moment.
Yeah.
But listen, while we're talking about the future, I mean, I was at lunch yesterday with a commentator, Adam Blythe, in fact, who works with me on the Tour de France. First time I've seen him in the flesh, actually. I've only ever talked to him on the airwaves, and he was a guest speaker at this lunch. And we were talking afterwards about a very good bike rider, Lotto Soudal, when he retired, and a teammate of Caleb's, and he spoke very nicely.
Green Edge,
Indeed. Anyway, he was a British champion. He's a natural commentator, and he was telling me how much he wants to work with me next year as a commentator, but I'm not sure we can make it work. But anyway, it's another story. But he was telling me, because he's on the inside a little bit with the situation regarding the crash of Egan Bernal, and obviously you can't say too much, but at the end of the day, obviously Egan Bernal apparently slammed into the back of that stationary bus in excess of 60 kilometers an hour. He did not see it at all. He just was on full speed as he plowed in. Yep. And Adam said he was extremely lucky not to die. Simple as that. As we know, his injuries have been horrendous. It's going to be a long haul. I do believe Egan will come back, but it's going to be a long haul. But what he was saying was he was riding his time trial bike, and he was practicing his streamline racing position. And because of the UCI regulations, which don't allow certain positions, they've adapted a new position of the head and the body going lower over the handlebars while still being legal in the lying down position. And the chances are he was actually in such a streamlined position, he wasn't even looking where he was going. Now, that's pure supposition, but that sounds like he just rode straight into a bus that was stopped in front of him because he was practicing his time trial position. But either way, I think we all agree, if you hit a stationary object and you don't know it's coming, you have a bad crash. And that's what he had.
It was great to see some photos of him after the operation actually standing up, which surprised me.
Unbelievable. These guys have seen history repeat itself. They're made of rubber. I've said it on television. These guys are made of rubber.
Well, and also you can understand why the UCI have these restrictions, because if particularly younger people see riders doing that, and they go out and do it on the roads. Like
Exactly.
accidents can
Exactly.
happen. So
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
a safety thing as well.
Yeah.
Very much so.
It was a big mistake, that's for sure.
Yeah. Anything you want to add before we wrap things up, lads?
No, I'll be tuning into the Tour of Provence, which starts today, and Adam Blythe is commentating, I believe. So that'll be fun.
You've been getting into the Winter Olympics, Phil. How's the UK going?
Well, Channel 7 did invite me to work on them, but I felt that the night shift from London for about 10 or 12 days would have worn me out before the season started. So I didn't go forward with that one. But I've been watching them. It's a bit strange for me watching an Olympic Games.
I've been loving it, actually.
Into it.
It's funny, isn't it? You know, Olympics drags you into watching sports you don't normally watch, even the normal.
Yeah, I think all these new modern sports are fantastic.
But I'll tell you who's been doing a very good. Scotty McGrory has been doing a great job on the speed skating. He did some of it with
Stephen Bradbury.
Bradbury, they've been really good together, but he's been a standout. But I just love some of that half pike stuff. You see, they go 30, 40 feet in the air after they come out of the damn pike. It's just amazing stuff. No, I love it. Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, ski jumpers look as though they're flying through the sky, but they're never more than about 3 meters above the ground, you know. But these guys are even higher than ski jumpers.
Yeah.
I've seen you 30, 40 feet in the air at Alpe d'Huez at about 3 a.m, iffy. No drama at all.
You're right in the wheel, if I remember rightly, mate.
Exactly. And just on that, sign up for Moo Cycling Tours.
Yeah.
Well, look, you know, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just so excited to be able to get back to Europe. And you know, things are starting to look a bit brighter in Europe at the moment, which is great. So I'm looking forward to it. And so I'll be doing the whole Giro.
As of this morning, our British Prime Minister, bless him, is announcing that he is hoping to relieve all COVID restrictions in their entirety by the end of the month. So
we can have parties.
So we can have parties, and we can all catch the virus, and it won't matter.
Well, I think Boris wants those parties back big time.
I just got a text from Brett Lancaster, who's de-essing Ineos at Provence. He says, I'm watching live from Provence. Well, that's great. But give us some information. Bert, come on. Give us some info, mate.
Yes. Karen wants to say hi to Trish, Phil, and she wants to also ask.
She says hi back. She's just gone through the door. She broke her dancing shoes last night, which she only paid $300 for after about a week. Geez. So she's gone to get a spare pair. So she's gone home.
So Karen also says, Phil, you'll be able to tune into the Michelin Tour of Gippsland, which we're on SBS On Demand on Tuesday, 15th of Feb. And also we're going to be doing a live show. We mentioned on Tuesday with the chat with Caleb. Sunday and Monday night on SBS Cycling Central Facebook page at 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And that's with Matty Keenan and Dave McKenzie. So they'll be wrapping all the action for the first 2 days, and then it's going to be streamed live online.
Yeah, it sounds like a solicitor firm, doesn't it? Keno and Macca. And I should look forward to watching it because I've got a VPN connection, so that's great.
Perfect.
I've just sent you a photo from which is the start.
And you put me under the pump here.
Bert's just sent me a picture of today's start ramp for Provence.
Oh wow! I never cease to be amazed by the technicalities of television these days.
No, I can't ingest it. Sorry, we'll have to save that.
Well,
no worries. Thanks for joining us, Phil. Massive thanks to Sarah Gigante.
Lovely.
There it is.
Yeah, there's the photo.
Sarah, there we are. Look at that. Oh, fantastic. And you know, Provence is a magical place. I love Provence. Look at the blue skies.
Rosé in Provence.
They're in the winter and it's still got blue skies. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, on that, it's just about rosé o'clock.
Well, it is for you. It's coffee o'clock for me.
Heineken o'clock.
8 o'clock in the morning.
Thanks, fellas.
A long day.
Thanks to Sarah Gigante. And tune in to the Michelin Tour of Gippsland this weekend. It's going to be a great event.
Absolutely.
It'll be sensational. And next week, we're going to do a preview of the Melbourne to Warrnambool and the women's Warnie. And we're going to get we'll get one of the guys. You know what we should do? we should make it a family affair because Bretton Jones is one of the favourites for it, so we should get Bretton on. And Mum's running the whole show, and without Karen Jones, there would not be a women's warning. She has done an amazing job to get that across the line. So we should get the family Jones on, and being Dan Jones in the pilot chair, got to be a connection there somewhere.
Well, I'm going to be working with Lucy Jones now with the Western United Footy Club, so there's a connection there as well.
There you go.
It's all happening.
The world is getting very.
It's going to be the
Melbourne
Jones episode next week. You're the boss, Iffy. Whatever you say, let's do it. All right. See you again next week, guys. Thanks, Phil. Take it easy.
All the best. Bye. Go well.
See you, bud. Bye.
This is the winning ride on the Tour de France.